Welcome back to that 90s pod, you guys. Today, we are going deep, deep into a film that I think really kind of messed with everybody's heads back in 98.
Yeah.
The Truman Show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The one where Jim Carrey lives his whole life on a giant TV set.
Yeah.
Doesn't even know it.
Huge.
I remember when this hit theaters, everybody was just buzzing about it, like how original it was and thought-provoking and I don't know, maybe even a little unsettling, too.
Right.
What about you? Did you see this back then?
Oh, yeah.
What was your first impression?
Absolutely. I mean, it really was a film that just captured, like, the whole zeitgeist, you know?
Yeah.
Late 90s, like, a huge technological change.
Right.
Internet was blowing up. Reality TV was kind of starting to, like, gain traction.
Yeah.
And The Truman Show just landed right in the middle of all that.
It's like it tapped into this, like, growing sense of unease that people had about what was real and what was staged.
Totally.
Yeah.
It really predicted our obsession with, like, curated online identities, you know?
Yeah.
Truman's constantly performing for this invisible audience.
Right.
Just like so many of us are doing now on social media.
It's true. It's like we're all living in our own little Truman shows.
Totally.
You know, trying to project this perfect image of ourselves on Instagram, on Facebook, and all that stuff.
That's right.
Before we go any further, though, if you are enjoying this deep dive into The Truman Show, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share that 90s pod with your friends.
Please.
We really appreciate that. I know we're focusing on the cultural impact here.
Yes.
But I don't think we can really ignore those psychological and existential themes that are in this film either.
Right.
I mean, it really makes you question the nature of reality.
Yeah.
Free will. It's almost like a 90s version of The Matrix in a way.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really did raise some big questions.
For sure. It did. Remember that massive elaborate set that they built for Sea Haven?
Oh, my.
That whole town was constructed on a soundstage.
Wow.
Complete with like a simulated weather system.
That's crazy.
It wasn't just a backdrop. It was like the symbol of Truman's artificial world and how everything he experienced was just so controlled.
It's mind-blowing when you think about the scale of it all.
Yeah.
It really adds to the impact, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the level of detail is just crazy.
Right. And it kind of underscores that whole, like, idea of manipulation and surveillance in the film, too.
Oh, for sure.
Truman's life was just a spectacle.
Yeah.
24/7 broadcast for everybody to watch.
Right.
And, you know, that kind of brings us to another big point that I wanted to touch on, and that's the whole explosion of reality TV in the 2000s.
Yeah.
So many shows like took elements from the Truman Show, put ordinary people in like these manufactured scenarios and just watched how they reacted.
Totally.
What do you think? Do you think the film influenced the format?
I think so.
Or was it more just tapping into this pre-existing cultural fascination with voyeurism?
I mean, I think it's probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the film really resonated with audiences. Yeah. Sparked conversations about this whole obsession that we have with watching other people's lives.
Right.
But remember, the Truman Show itself was like a satire, a critique of that whole phenomenon.
Exactly. It makes us question the ethics of entertainment and the boundaries of privacy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And we can't forget Jim Carrey's performance either.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was so known for comedic roles back then. To see him kind of tackle a character with this much depth and vulnerability was really something special.
Totally. Yeah. And I think his portrayal of Truman's like gradual awakening, you know? Yeah. His journey from that naive acceptance to like rebellion was just so incredibly powerful.
It was.
And it's what makes the film so like emotionally resonant even decades later.
It really is. I wonder, though, if The Truman Show were to be released today in our world that's so saturated with reality TV and social media, how would it be received?
That's a really interesting thought experiment.
Yeah.
I think the film would still resonate really deeply, you know? Maybe even more so, given how much of our lives now just play out online.
Yeah, think about the conversations it would spark about, like, the pressure to perform for this invisible audience.
Yes.
The blurring of the lines between our public and private selves.
Absolutely.
And the ethical implications of all these social media algorithms that keep us hooked on content, even if it's at the expense of our privacy or well-being.
Totally.
It's like those algorithms are the unseen directors of our own online Truman shows.
Right.
They're constantly tweaking the narrative to keep us engaged.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. And that exploration of what it means to be real in a world where everything can be manipulated and broadcast would be so relevant today.
Absolutely.
Speaking of relevance, one of the things that really stuck with me after watching The Truman Show was this phrase, the Truman Show delusion.
Oh, yeah.
You know, where people believe that their lives are secretly being filmed and broadcast as a reality show.
Yeah.
Before we dive deeper into that, though,
I
want to remind everybody to subscribe to that 90s pod.
Yes, please do.
And tell your friends about the show.
That's right. Spread the word.
We love bringing you these in-depth discussions about all things 90s, and
that's right.
We've got more insightful deep dives coming your way.
Absolutely.
Okay, so back to the Truman Show delusion.
Right.
What do you think it says about our anxieties in this hyper-connected world that we live in?
Well, you know, I think it really highlights like a growing sense of paranoia and distrust.
Yeah.
Fueled by just this constant bombardment of information and the feeling that we're always being watched.
Yeah.
You know?
It's true.
The line between reality and fiction has become so blurred.
Yeah.
And it's understandable that some people might struggle to differentiate between the two.
It's like we're all a little bit Truman.
A little bit.
Constantly looking for the cameras, wondering who's pulling the strings. Yeah, it really is a scary thought.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of fascinating.
For sure.
You know, it makes you think about the power of media.
Right.
And how it shapes our perceptions of reality.
Yeah. I mean, the film was definitely a commentary on like the whole voyeuristic nature of entertainment.
Right.
But it also raises all those profound questions about authenticity. Free will, the search for meaning, in a world that often feels really artificial.
And let's not forget the ending.
Oh, yeah.
Truman's decision to step out of that fabricated world.
Totally.
To choose freedom over comfort and familiarity. That's such a powerful moment.
It is.
It's a reminder that we always have a choice.
For sure.
Even when it feels like we're trapped.
Yeah, that's a testament to the human spirit.
Right.
Our desire for truth and self-discovery.
It really is, and it leaves us with that question. What would we do if we were in Truman's shoes?
Right.
Would we have the courage?
Yeah, would we step out into the unknown?
Yeah.
Embrace that uncertainty?
Exactly what aspects of the film resonated most with you? And why do you think it continues to be so relevant today?
For me, it's the exploration of what it really means to be real. You know, in a world where so much of our lives is mediated through screens and all these carefully curated
online personas, the Truman Show encourages us to question those narratives that we're presented with, to like look beyond the surface.
Right.
Seek out those authentic experiences.
So if your whole life was a TV show,
okay,
what would be the most shocking thing for viewers to discover about the real you?
That's a great question.
Something to think about.
I'll have to ponder that.
Yeah, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
This was fun.
Into the Truman Show.
Yeah.
We'll catch you next time on That 90s Pod.
See it.